Hi there Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. So this is going to be a reading relating to the new moon in Gemini that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025, depending on where you are in location. So some people will experience it on the 26th, some people will be experiencing it on the 27th. So as an Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising, what does this mean for you? Okay, in what way will this be affecting you? So we'll see what comes through the channeling as well as what is being seen through the tarot. Okay, so what comes through the tarot is not the channeling. The channeling is what comes through as a message for you through me as the channeler, as a vessel for the channeling. So sometimes we have cards that show something different, but through the channeling other information comes through. Okay, so just keep your ears open. I can't say keep your eye open, keep your ears open to the message. Okay, I'm also going to ask for a theme card, which I always do through the Goddess Oracle here. Okay, I've pre-shuffled the Goddess Oracle and we've got our card. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Death and rebirth with a Seradwan. Okay, new beginnings, Aries. Okay, now this is based on the new moon in Gemini. Okay, it's not something that is a generalized thing for the next month, etc. It's just relating to the new moon in Gemini, but there are many new things occurring, especially relating to your sign. If you do have any knowledge in astrology or are interested in astrology at all, you can see that there are changes coming through. Okay, so for example, Saturn and Neptune will be going into Aries soon, and this is something that is very, very, very rare. You know, like it's probably like happened in the history of the world about 5 or 6 times. So it's a very, very rare occurrence, and it's in your sign, and that is why maybe there's something about death and rebirth here. But even so, you know, this is relating to the new moon in Gemini. Okay, and we've got the moons here. Okay, see in the background there is like the phases of the moon, and the new moon for you does show something new. Yes, it does. Well, it kind of like shows something new for everyone, but for you it's something really good, because it represents releasing of old information. Okay, so death and rebirth. Okay, and this is saying that there's something old that has been holding you down, okay, mentally, in your consciousness, in your mind, in your subconscious, wherever it may be. Okay, it's holding you stuck, and this is being released during this moon phase. Okay, let's have a look at the clarity of the situation. What does this relate to? It does relate to the mind, of course, because Gemini is all about the mind. Okay, it is ruled by Mercury. So there are 2 signs that is ruled by Mercury. One is Gemini, one is Virgo, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and it's all about the mind, and it's all about anything to do with the mind and communication and so forth. So the swords here are air sign, and they are relating to the mind. Okay, so when you look at air signs such as Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, okay, they are all noted for their mental, it's the mind, it's all about the mind, okay. So air is related to the mind, and the other way we can look at this is what is up in the air in your physical body, your head. That's where the mind is symbolically known, okay. That's where the brain is, but we're not talking about the physical brain, we're talking about your mind, your third eye. It is the highest aspect of you, the crown chakra, the third eye. The third eye is your imagination, the crown chakra is your wisdom, okay, and the throat chakra is your ability to bring forth that as a frequency which is in the mind into your environment, okay, through conversation, communication. So it's all about that part of the physical body, but it relates to the mind and communication because it's all connected. So what do we see? The world represents something that is being completed, so death and rebirth, completion of a cycle, transformation in some way, okay. Oh, and we've got the death card there as well, which represents a full transformation happening. So this is very symbolic, very similar, okay, in energetically. This is also relating to something that is being completed. Okay, now we know that as a collective there is something relating to the world that's been completed, because in numerology 2025 is a year that is number 9, and 9 is the highest digit or number that we have, which is the last. Okay, now it is saying that, you know, it's the end point, it is the culmination, it is a time where we're at the end point and getting ready to connect to the beginning point again, because it's a cycle. Okay, so what I see here is that there will be an increase in mind activity. Yes, definitely. Okay, absolutely. And there will be lots of communication, okay, especially with family, and maybe someone, a female that is very much, you know, like close to you, highlighted, a female, maybe a female that is within the family or close to the family, a female figure, okay, that is probably going through some hard times, or is grieving through something, or is going through hard times. There is some sort of communication relating to between you and this person, but you're letting go of something, okay, because you're getting ready to start something, and this is like, you know, a start, a new start that relates to, it's like expanding into the world, okay, it's like growing and expanding into the world. There is more connection to the world in general. It's like so think of it this way, the world can be a representation of the internet, okay, that's our way of every individual person being able to connect to the whole world in a way, okay, it's our network. So this can mean that you're finding ways to connect or communicate in some way, okay, and excuse me, and there are trips, okay, there are trips as in physically moving around and connecting, okay, maybe you're traveling somewhere in the world where you haven't been to, okay, there is this thing about moving around, communication, connecting to the world, communicating with family, family members, or even extended family. I'm getting that as well. Okay. It can relate to your neighborhood. It can relate to, because this can be home, and it could be like everything and everyone around the home as well. Okay, so it could be people that you connect with around the home, like neighborhood, but it can also represent family, and it can represent extended family, such as cousins. And if you have your own family outside of your primary family, for example, it could be connecting with, and you've got siblings, it could be connecting with siblings, etc. And this is what I'm getting, because this is not mum. Mum would be here, okay, as a female figure. This is like maybe a sibling or a cousin, or maybe even a friend that you've known forever, okay, who kind of like feels like part of the family, okay. And I feel like there's some sort of transformation in the way you connect and communicate, because I'm seeing the death card, I'm seeing death and rebirth, I'm seeing the world card here, and something that is like a conditioning in the mind where it has to be that way, okay. It's changing, okay. There is some sort of change there, okay. And if you are worried about say a trip and something to do with finances, you know, like my finances are going to be okay in regards to, you know, this trip, etc., don't worry about it, okay. That's like in the background there. It won't affect anything in your journey, okay. So I'm getting that for you. I'm getting like huge changes in regards to how you connect, how you communicate, who you connect with. So you may actually start communicating with people that you haven't even communicated with before, okay. And people that you were keeping communication with, especially, you know, like say people in the family, you felt like it was an obligation, but now you're realizing that you don't have to, okay. You can only do it when you want to. It's not like, you know, something that you're obligated to do, kind of thing, okay. It's kind of like that, and it relates to family, an extended family coming through a lot, okay. But yeah, there is this change, yeah. And it's all good, because the energy is very good. The energy is refreshing. It's not like a gloomy energy. It's very refreshing. It's very new, fresh energy, okay. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so hope that has enlightened you. So enjoy the new moon in Gemini, Aries. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Hi there. This is Dilosh from Girl Enter Moon. So this is going to be a reading based on the energies of the new moon in Gemini that we'll be having on the 26th or 27th of May. And depends on where you are in location, okay. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it may be around the 26th. If you're in the northern, it may be somewhere around the 27th. So well, again, it depends on where you are. You just have to check your location where the new moon is occurring, what time, which day, okay. So the Gemini new moon is coming through with, astrologically, it's coming through with a very positive kind of energy, okay. And it's coming through at a 6-degree angle, and in numerology 6 is all about, it's the number of Venus, and love, nurturing, high harmony, okay. So, and as Taurus, you know, you're ruled by Venus as well. So it is kind of, you're liking this energy, okay? You are really liking this energy, even though it is very Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which means it's all about the mind, you know, the mind, the voice, the thoughts, the imagination. It's all about that part of our beingness, okay? So you as a Taurus, you're very much into the physical, whereas Gemini energy is all about the mind. It's all about the voice. It's all about the imagination and so forth. So, but still you are liking this. You are liking this energy astrologically. But let's see what comes through with the cards, okay? And also what will be coming through the channeling. Sometimes the cards show something and the channeling says something a little bit slightly different, and it then kind of like, you know, sums up. So the cards are actually, you know, part of the channeling, but the visual aspect, sometimes the cards are not enough, okay? It's like the visual aspect of the channeling is not enough, okay? Because the channeling is more like water, it's flowing, whereas the cards are very, you know, like symbolic, standardized, symbolic things to rely on. Okay, I'm going to ask for one theme card through the Goddess Oracle. Ooh, opening. Sheila Nagig. She's giving birth to something. It's an opening to something. I did say, you know, it is a new beginning. Okay, got the Hermit as well. Your inner self. It's all about you. It's all about who you are. Okay. Ah, okay. I'm getting that message coming through. It's all about money. Yes. All right. So now Sheila Nagig is all about opening. Okay, opening as in giving birth to something new. She's, well, you know, when you look at her, it's like she's birthing something, okay? And she looks a little bit creepy. Okay, but nevertheless it represents your psyche, okay? It represents your psyche, and she's portrayed as a female because the female energy is creative, okay? Female energy is creative as in being able to give birth, okay? It's like the soil. So without the soil, the seed can, you know, rot. It may not have the ability to grow, okay? So the female energy is like earth, the soil, okay? And Sheila Nagig represents the darkness of the new moon, okay? Even though the new moon is like all about new beginnings, it represents that female energy within the darkness, okay, which can kind of like creep us out sometimes. You know, when you're in a dark room and there's no light, you can feel creeped out. Yeah, it's absolutely natural, it's normal, okay? This is something that can be like portrayed in this picture. It just represents the darkness of the soil, for example, where the seed is. You can't see under the soil, but there's something happening there, okay? There is that conception of the seed where you trust the process that it's growing. You can't always go back, dig up the soil and see whether this, you know, seed is germinating or not. You just have to trust the process, And you have faith in it because you know that nature will do its job. The sun will shine, the soil will embrace and nourish that seed in the way that it should, and that seed will grow. And we've got the Hermit there, which represents your inner wisdom, your inner guidance. So it represents your psyche. In other words, your ability to manifest. Okay, manifest meaning you're putting the seed in to the soil, or a child is being conceived in the womb. Okay, the manifestation is the outcome when the seed grows into a plant or the child is born. That is the outcome, the outcome of the manifestation. Okay, so say for example, when a woman falls pregnant, you know she's pregnant. Okay, even if you don't see the belly for a few months, you know she is pregnant. Okay, you don't doubt it. You don't doubt that there will be a baby in the outcome. You know that there is a baby. You just know there is this baby, right? And you see the outcome. You see the outcome in your mind's eye. And also the same thing with the seed. You don't doubt that there's going to be a plant in the outcome. Okay, you know that there's going to be a plant. Okay, you don't doubt it. You just know. Okay, and that's what this is saying. It's like when you manifest something, you have to have, or should I say, in your psyche, when you are creating a manifestation and allowing for the opening of the manifestation to occur into your reality, you have to sit with that. Okay, so we're seeing this Hermit energy of inner wisdom. Sit with that, know and have faith of the outcome. You thought of it, you imagined it, you desired it, you felt optimistic about it, whatever it was. Okay, and what you did was you saw the outcome. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to just let it develop in its time frame, which is like a pregnant woman, you know, waiting to give birth, or that plant, that seed waiting to grow. You just need to let it develop naturally in the timeline that we have in this 3D world. Okay, so it needs the time frame for it to manifest into your reality. And so what this is saying is that you are opening this creation into your world. You're manifesting something into your world. But once you doubt it, the victim mentality is coming through. Once you doubt it, you'll be like, it's like saying, okay, say someone is pregnant in the family and you doubt that they're pregnant. You know, it's like, or you put the seed in the ground and you doubt that there is a seed there, or it's working or not, and you keep digging it up every day to see whether it's growing or not. It doesn't happen that way. You have to know that it's already done. It's done. The seed is in the ground. The baby is conceived. It's done. You just have to wait for the natural process of it to unfold and see the outcome of it. Okay, and that's what this is saying. You need your inner wisdom, okay, and to sit as you ground yourself. If you get into the mentality of victimhood, okay, of saying it's not happening, why can't I receive it, why can't, you know, why doesn't my manifestations occur, etc., etc. What you're doing is you're doubting it, and every time you doubt it, you're actually energetically delaying it. Okay, you're energetically delaying the process. So what you need to do is you need to submit to the energy, submit to the process, let go and let God, kind of thing. Okay, and free your spirit. Okay, we see that as a huge energetic, even in the cards we see it clearly, but that is the message coming through. Okay, but in the channeling there's something else coming through here. Okay, so for you what I see is that there is some sort of opportunity coming through. Okay, this is like a new opportunity that relates to money. Okay, I see that coming through strongly. It relates to money and financial situations. So there is connection, collaboration, communication relating to finances. Now this may have something to do with all of what I just explained as well. Okay, and what I see is also that you need to take charge of this situation. So in other words, there is some sort of opportunity that is coming through for you in financial situations, because we see the money. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to take charge and take steps to create these additional things, such as additional income sources, or to reorganize your budget in some way. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. That's something about the money is coming through. There's also a healing coming through relating to the victim mentality. There is healing there. You're actually finding your worth. Okay, you're finding your worth, you're realizing your worth, you're healing through the process, and you're saying, well, I'm much more than that. Okay, I know I can do that. I can manifest. And it's because start with small things. Okay, that's what I'm getting as a message. I'm getting the messages saying start with small things and nurture, because this energy, the Gemini energy, is all about nurturing, finding high harmony. Okay, so and to use the mind, that is a strong energy coming through with the cards there. But yeah, finding high harmony and nurturing the self. Okay, nurturing the self as well as what you have. Okay, as in material stuff, what you have, what you earn, etc. Because this represents your property, or should I say money, your luxury, your what you earn, what you have, what you own, and your money. You just have to be very aware of that. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Taurus. So yeah, enjoy this new moon in Gemini. Beautiful energy for you. Okay, so what we've got next is Gemini. Gemini, this is going to be your moon. Okay, it's going to be a new moon in your sign at 6 degrees, and 6 degrees meaning in numerology, number 6 means nurturing and high harmony. Okay, and high harmony just means, you know, being able to bring everything into alignment. It usually represents home, family, and having harmony within the home and family, which is a good energy. Yeah, but because it's in your sign, it's also relating to your personal goals. It's relating to you, because it is about you. Okay, so let's have a look and see what comes through for you, Gemini. I'm going to ask for a card through the Goddess Oracle. So, oh, I didn't introduce myself. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon, and if you are a Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you should be listening to this. Okay, So why sun, moon and rising? The sun can represent your the energetic aspects of your career, your stance in the world, you know, how you are. It is your core self, basically, the sun. The moon can represent your emotions and your abode, such as your home, family, etc. And the ascending or rising sign can represent everything about you. Also, the moon can represent something about your physical body, you know, your health and so forth. So let's have a look and see what's coming through. Illusion with Maya. All right. Illusion about grief. Okay. Getting a lot of these water energies. Illusions are coming through. Release the busyness of your mind. Huge changes coming through for you. Got the Judgment card there, which represents awakening. Okay, but the awakening comes through after some sort of regeneration. Okay, regeneration, transformation and rebirth. We see the mummies coming alive. So this is not like something new being birthed. It's like something being activated, an ancient type of energy. Now the activation relates to DNA. Okay, we see that DNA strand there. It's all about something changing in the DNA or some sort of activation occurring in the DNA. So we're seeing that there. This new moon is a very good moon. It's a very positive moon. Okay, it's very healing, it's very grounded, it's very nurturing. You'll feel at home, you know, those kind of energies. We've got illusion here. Okay, and illusion can be, well, when you look at illusion, the card illusion, it's like the veil is being lifted up. Okay, what you thought about a certain situation is changing. It's like, okay, I always thought of this situation as like this, and suddenly I have this awakening happening where the illusion is being lifted from, you know, it's like the how do they say it? The wool is being pulled away from your eyes. So the veil is thinning. The veil is thinning. The illusion of beliefs. Okay, and also this relates to the illusion of believing about yourself. You know, how you thought you were. We see the Five of Cups here, which is about things not working out for you, you know, feeling like you're always in this process or Groundhog Day of reliving or revisiting the same experience of it's falling away, it's falling away. Now, this is actually saying to you that, and you're asked to empty your mind and stop worrying about this situation. Okay, this is actually saying to you that when these things are actually, you know, falling away, or certain situations are not happening, or they don't work out, it's because they're not meant to. Okay, you probably heard that from a lot of people in the past. If it's not happening, it's not meant to happen. Or even like when I have my channelings coming through, they're saying if the dishes are not being washed by the end of the day, it's just not meant to happen. Why? It could be because maybe there are certain little life forms that need to feed on the crumbs. I don't know. But the thing is that when something is not meant to happen, it's not meant to happen. Okay, and that is why you're probably going through this process of Groundhog Day, of trying to push yourself towards okay? Something that is not for you. You have to have a look and have a good look, okay? That's where the illusion or the veil is being lifted up. Okay, now you're seeing something. Now you're seeing and realizing that you're not meant to be, whether it's career or something about yourself, okay, it's not meant to be that way, because don't forget, each individual is unique and sacred, okay? Everything is sacred. Everything that exists in this reality is sacred, okay? Even the fertilizer in the fields is sacred, okay? Nothing is rubbish, nothing, okay? Everything is sacred in this reality, in the whole of existence. Absolutely everything, even trash, okay? Everything, because there's a reason behind it being that way, okay? And when you try to push and control to achieve something, and it doesn't work out, it's because you have expectations, and when you have expectations, it becomes heartbreak, grief, sorrow. When you try to push and try to control an outcome, and you have expectations and you insist or you resist, okay, there's always going to be grief and sorrow. And that's what this is saying, okay? It's saying that sorry, this one is saying, and illusion is saying, now the veil is being lifted off, okay? You're asked to be in a way where you're emptying the cup or emptying your mind. Let go of how things should be and what is right and what is wrong. And you know, it's kind of like so much stuff in the mind that is you're trying to control, okay? You're trying to have control, you're trying to make sure, you're trying to do the best you can, but it's just not working out, or it's not working out in the way that you want, etc. So this is saying, empty the cup, empty the mind, let go, okay? Free yourself. What you're asked to do is be like the child that imagines. Be like Alice in Wonderland. Go down that rabbit hole. Okay? The world is yours. You see the world through your eyes. So Gemini, you're not seeing the world through your mother's eyes, your father's eyes, your partner's eyes, your friend's eyes. You're seeing the world through your eyes. Which means that everything that you see in this world, everything around you, including yourself in the mirror, is a reflection of you. This is your world. Even though we kind of like experience the same things, but even if you do experience the same thing with another person right next to you, they experience it totally different to you. Okay, so you're asked to be like Alice in Wonderland. Okay, be like this child that goes down the rabbit hole. Okay, and know that the world is yours to explore. Okay, have a look at your personal goals, review them, and start something new, because this is all about new things coming through. It's time to be a little bit more bold in your expression rather than restrained, trying to keep yourself in the borders of what you think or what you feel everything around you and everyone around you is holding you in those borders. Okay, it's time to come out of the box. Think outside of the box. Okay, and express yourself in that way. Once you start seeing yourself as so, okay, what's going to happen is that there will be some sort of DNA activation happening there. Okay, you will actually see something is changing within you, which means there's also a change in your reality. There's a shift. Okay, that's what the judgment is. My cat is cooing in the background. He's a Gemini cat. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Okay, there's a huge shift there, a huge shift. You're not going to be the same you ever again after this new moon. Okay, there is going to be a shift in some way. You're just asked to embrace that, that you're much bigger than you think you are. Okay, you own the world. You own your world. Okay, you own your world. You are the master of your own world. Okay, that's what I'm getting as a message. Put yourself on the pedestal, not in an egoic kind of way. Okay, don't end up being this person full of ego, or end up being a narcissist or anything like that. But it's saying that you need to know that you are the master of your own world. Okay, and that's what this is saying. That's what I'm getting through the channeling as well. Okay, so that's for you, Gemini. Enjoy your new moon. Okay, and yeah, hope it works out for you. Okay, moving on to Cancer. Cancer Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and to Moon. So we have this Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. And this Gemini new moon is at 6 degrees. Okay, and numerologically, number 6 is very aligned with your energy, Cancer. Okay, it is the number of the home, the abode. It represents having high harmony. It is also very strongly connected to mother, nurturing, etc. So, and the sign Cancer is very much in that energy as well. Okay, so what does this energy have for you? Okay, let's see what comes through the cards as well as through the channeling. Okay, because the cards sometimes are not enough for the message to come through. So let me just shuffle a little bit. They really want to come through. That's why they're falling out that way. So just pull them out. So Gemini is a sign that is associated with the mind. It is ruled by Mercury. Okay, it's all about the mind. It's all about the brain. It's all about communication. It's all about thoughts, how the mind works, etc. So this is a time where everything will be more relating to the mind. Okay. Okay. So what does this mean for you? Let's have a look. Corn woman with nourishment. So with corn woman, we see cycles. Okay, we can see the seasons as well. Up here we see the sun. Okay, you can see that her head where it looks like the rays of the sun, and you've got the yellow in the background. Then we've got the seeds, the grains of the corn, or the grains have been crushed into cornmeal, and we've got the corn there. And down here we've got nothing, as in it is winter. Okay, it's time for hibernation. So it represents the seasons. Summer, this could be winter, this could be spring, autumn, for example. Okay, so it represents time, represents cycles, but it's also about nourishment. Now, like I mentioned before, the Gemini new moon will be at 6 degrees, which is all about nourishment. It's all about nurturing. It's all about the home, the abode. It's all about that comfy feeling. And this is something that you love, Cancer. It's about, you know, having a cup of coffee, cozying up on your sofa, and, you know, just having that relaxation time, for example. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so this is a time for you to kind of like be a little bit more less active. Okay, there is also like spiritual guidance coming through during this time. You're asked to not act, but to kind of like be a little bit more. You can see that cave in the background. It's almost like saying you need to be a little bit more in the background during this time, going inwards, listening to your inner voice to gather some information, the guidance that comes from your higher self. Okay. And you're getting, what you're doing is you're getting ready to, as you go through this process, what you're doing is you're getting ready to actually pick up the rate of you know, movement after the new moon occurs. So during the new moon, say 3 days before, 3 days after, give or take, you'll feel this energy of feeling a little bit more low in energy. And that's what I get here. It's like you're kind of like wondering whether you should do anything about anything. But with the Star card, all is good, all is positive. There is good guidance coming through, but there is also this meditative state. It's almost like you're going inwards. You're going in. We see that cave there. It's like going inwards. Okay, and you're doing a bit of spiritual work. But when you do this spiritual work, there is, like with the Knight of Swords, there are how can I say, there could be like information maybe you are reading, listening to. I'm getting listening to more so than, it could also be watching, but I'm getting listening to. Okay, listening to and watching, because what we see is the twos there. The Knight of Swords also is like a double, which represents, you know, the two sides of the brain, and also anything on the face that involves two, such as ears and eyes. Okay, so you're listening to and you're watching at the same time. But the two sides of the brain, the feminine and masculine side, are in harmony. We're getting this high harmony occurring there. Okay, and as you go inwards into your inner world, you're getting guidance, beautiful light guidance. This could be very meditative time as well, but it also shows that, you know, there is this traveling into your inner world. Okay, so there is also something to do with when we have a look at all of the stuff, all the cards, okay, they're all facing that way, okay, which means it's going forwards towards future, okay. Nothing's facing that way. She's facing that way, they're facing that way, he's facing that way, the dolphins are facing that way, even the boat is facing that way. So it's kind of like, and that's what this is about. It's about time. It's saying that, you know, you're moving forwards, okay, but there is a sense of reflecting back. You see in that female there, and we're seeing that Taurus energy. So it could be like during that Taurus season, something that you have to reflect into or reflect back to, or it could just be something that relates to the past, okay, and you're kind of like analyzing it as well at the same time. You're kind of like, I wonder what this is all about, and what is it that I need to know about this situation, okay. You're reflecting into the past, but you're getting some guidance about it. And it's like this, you're doing some sort of inner work. Okay? And there is a situation where you are listening and watching as you're doing this inner work. So it could be like learning something. You're learning something, or you're listening to educational stuff or spiritual stuff. Okay? Or watching, this could be like maybe watching YouTube. Okay, there is something there, and it kind of helps you to move much more smoothly in your spiritual expansion process. Okay, that's what I see there. So doing a bit of inner work that relate to the past, but moving forwards, and the moving forwards is very swift and very fast. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Cancer. So enjoy this new moon in Gemini. Leo sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a reading based on the Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. Now, whether it's 26 or 27 depends on your location, okay? It depends on where you are around the world. And what does this mean for you, Leo? Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's see what comes through. I'm going to ask for a theme card through the Goddess Oracle. And we'll see what comes through the tarot, but we are also looking at the channeling, what information is coming through, because the tarot cards are very limited when it comes to delivering the information. That's why we have the combination of everything. Okay. Let's just ask for the cards first. So this Gemini new moon is occurring at 6 degrees. And 6 in numerology is it's all about high harmony. It's all about the home. It's all about nurturing and nourishing and the home and the family and people that you live with. And you know, it's a beautiful energy. It's very, very nurturing. Okay, it's just a beautiful energy. So let's see what comes through for you. Whoa, awakening. Yes, there's also like, you know, new things occurring as well because of this Gemini sign being ruled by Mercury. That it relates to the mind, so it's all about something to do with the mind as well, because the mind relates to you know, being able to come up with ideas. Okay, so we see this awakening, and the Eight of Swords is like aha moment of being, knowing, or understanding, I should say, understanding where you have been stuck at the mind level. Okay, so you're kind of like seeing where you have been stuck. It's like you get this aha moment with Pele here in awakening, and you're like, now I know where I was mentally, you know, holding myself in this box, in this prison. Okay, and so there is that awakening there, a realization. Oh, there's a lot of people around you, lots of people around you. So this could be like meeting new people. Yes, definitely, you're meeting new people. A new social kind of like, you know, new social circle coming up for you. Okay, it could be like a group that you're getting involved in, a group project or something like that, that do relate to some sort of maybe goal, because that's what we're getting, this awakening here. It could be like a goal for the future or something like that, but it involves people. We're getting a lot of people coming through. We also have the Emperor here, which shows, again, that's a person, but it can also represent someone in authority. Okay, someone in authority that is maybe like an employer, or someone. It can also represent like a group. Okay, like say everyone here is like a group that is involved in the culmination of people in a group. Okay, the Emperor can be like an institution, or it could also be like a community thing. It can also be like a government thing. You know, it can represent something like that as well, but it can also represent a person, okay, in authority, or a father-like figure, very masculine. So it usually is like a male energy. But as the last card here can represent your feeling of your connection to the people that have come up, it shows that you will feel secure with them, the security and stability that's coming through. So there is this awakening of realizing what's holding you back in regards to, because we're getting that you're protecting yourself from a situation or certain people, or you're kind of like having these boundaries. You're protecting yourself to the point where you're pushing people out. Okay, and this is saying that you're realizing, okay, the awakening is coming through, where you're letting go, you're letting your guard down a bit, and you're getting more involved in a group. And in this group you may be involved with, you know, maybe there's a couple here and there's a male figure here, or these are just symbolic, but it just shows that there will be people around you. Okay, it doesn't necessarily, it can be that there are like 1, 2, 3 males and 1 female, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It can also be like there is a couple, okay, a male and female, and also say a single male. It can be that way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that there are people around you during this time, and you are getting involved in this group it's like a project or an activity or something like that, that relates to your future security. Okay, so we're getting that Emperor as your future security, which does show an outcome as being quite secure. Okay, so yeah, I do see that you're letting your guard down a little bit, or you are deciding, suddenly getting this awakening and realizing that you are actually putting yourself in this situation where it's almost like guarding yourself, okay, to the point where you're pushing people out, and you're letting your guard down, releasing your shackles, letting your guard down. It's almost like if you have this fear, it's almost like looking at fear directly in the eye and saying, I'm going to, you know, pursue this. Even though I fear it, I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to face my fear. You know, it's something like that. And you will be involved in group activity. This could also be like, this group activity could also be like an awakening for you in some way, where you attain knowledge and wisdom that relates to how and where you were keeping yourself stuck at the mind level. Okay, these are like conditions, or where you were hypnotized in the mind, and where it came from doesn't matter where it came from. It could be something that you picked up from your family, or from peers, or education, or media, wherever it may be. It's something that's been holding you back, and now you are actually facing a fear that is connected to your reality, where you're always feeling like you're stuck somewhere. Okay, you're letting it go. It's like the chain is being broken. Yay, it's a good thing. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Leo. So enjoy this Gemini new moon. It will be a good one for you. Virgo, so we got Virgo next. Virgo sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. So what we're doing today is looking at the energies relating to the Gemini new moon that will occur on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. Now this can differ relating to where you're located in the world. Okay, so the Gemini new moon is actually happening at 6 degrees. So numerologically, number 6 is the number of high harmony, of the duality. Okay, it's like male and female, high harmony of everyone that is within the home, because number 6 relates to home. Number 6 relates to home comforts. Number 6 relates to home luxury. So it's about having this harmony, high harmony. It relates to love and nurturing. It's very motherly. It's very it's comfortable. It's nurturing, like I explained before. So what does this have for you? What does this mean for you? Okay, at this time. So let's have a look, Virgo. Let's have a look and see. So I'm going to ask for a card through the Goddess Oracle. And even though we will have these cards coming through, the cards are not always enough, okay, to bring the message through. So we're also looking at the channeling that come through with the cards. The channeling is like water, it's flowy, but, or air, I should say, it's more like air, but the cards are very standardized, okay, even though symbolically they're there, they're very standardized, you know, it's like they are what they are, kind of thing. So we have to kind of have a look at what comes through the channeling as well, and see what everything kind of means in both aspects. Sometimes the channeling is stronger than the cards, the message of the cards, even though everything's happening in sync. It's a synchronicity with, and energetically with the cards as well. Okay. Shape-shifting. Okay. Shape-shifting. So shape-shifting, Villa in shape-shifting relates to how you can kind of like I explained water, okay, before. That's probably why they made me say all those things, because it does resonate with the message of this card here. Okay, so shape-shifting is like water. Water can take the shape of the vessel. It may come across as being a weak element. It can look very weak on the surface, but it's a very strong element because it can actually shape rock or the earth, you know, in many ways as it flows. But it also can take the shape of the vessel it is contained in. So shape-shifting represents being like the water, being like adaptable, in other words, okay. And we have the Seven of Cups here, which represents you trying to find your direction, okay, and trying to adapt accordingly. Let's see the rest of the message here. So I do see something about work and home, okay? Work and home, work and money, work and property, or it could be like if you have your own business, it could be working your business, etc. So this is about work, this is about career, this is about what you're doing to earn money, okay? It seems like there has been a feeling of apathy, maybe even regret or resentment in regards to where you are, okay? That's why you're looking for a new direction. Shape-shifting is maybe you have been trying to mold yourself into something that you don't want to be part of, or and that's what the shape-shifting energy comes through as, okay? It's like, for example, think of it, what comes to mind? Now, this is like, you know, say a snake can, you know, shed its skin after it outgrows its skin. The lobster also is very similar, but it goes through so much stress because the skin, it's very hard, okay? The lobster has a very hard shell, okay? And it grows. And how does the lobster grow? How does this, you know, that hard shell outside of its body grow? What it does, it actually sheds its shell, the outer parts of its hard skin shell, okay? So it goes through a lot of stress. It goes through under a lot of stress because it feels like it cannot, you know, live there anymore. And what it does, it hides under certain rocks and so forth, and goes through the transformation of this hard shell or skin breaking apart. And because it's very soft when the hard skin has fallen off, the lobster is soft inside. So to avoid being prey to other sea creatures, it hides somewhere where nothing can reach it until it grows a new skin. Okay, so basically it goes through transformation because it is under this high pressure of feeling uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable. It just cannot stay there anymore. It needs to move away from that. It's very different to the cocoon of the caterpillar and a butterfly. It's very different to that. This is like, it is so much under pressure, and it's so vulnerable when it does let go of its hard skin until its new skin grows. It is, it's hiding in the darkness somewhere. Okay, so what I get here is that you have been shape-shifting into situations, okay, many different situations, or it's like you had to be this and that at the same time to kind of like keep the peace, maybe even in regards to career, okay, or work, or where you work. But it has been putting you under pressure. You started to feel that pressure, like the lobster, okay. It's like you started to feel like you're uncomfortable, you're resenting it, you're starting to feel the resentment, the regret, the apathy, maybe even the hate, okay. You're starting to feel that. So what's happening is that something's changing, okay. There is a change. You're letting go, okay. You're letting go of something, and there is a new beginning. There is definitely a new beginning relating to your career, or the way you work is changing, okay. It's not like, it may not even be a total new thing. It can be like doing something a totally different way, okay, doing the same thing a totally different way, or getting a new role, a brand new role where you are. Okay, so there is change, there is fresh energy, there is newness, okay, and you are doing something new maybe in your current job, or you are getting something totally new maybe. But the shape shifting also represents the change that's occurring within as well. It's not just about changing where you are. It can be changing the way you're doing something. It could be the changing your role. Okay, it's like water. Like I explained before, it changes according to, it takes the shape of the vessel it's in. So you are changing your role or changing the way you do something. But it's a new way or a new thing, or maybe a completely new career path or new job, okay? It does relate to how you earn your money, so it does relate to your career, it does relate to your work situation, okay? So that's what I'm getting there for you. Yeah, you will be able to let go. And it's saying that do not push, okay, relating to this situation. Don't burn the bridges, don't push, don't run after something that is like a shiny, glimmery thing that you think is absolutely, like interesting. Just be patient, okay? It's going to unfold slowly for you in the way it should. So don't insist on pushing towards something, okay? Let it happen naturally. That's another message that's coming through, okay? It will be like water, how it flows, and it will just take the shape of the vessel naturally, okay? Don't try to make the current flow towards something different, okay, by pushing it. Don't try to control it, in other words, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you. Okay, so they're also saying that if there is a nudge towards, or even visions, if you're getting like visions that you need to move away, or you're getting a nudge to go towards something, that's a different feeling, okay? It's not you controlling it, it's like you're being guided towards it. So when that happens, do so. But if you're trying to control yourself, trying to control the process, don't do it, okay? That's what I'm getting. Don't try to control. Okay, so that is your message for the Gemini new moon, Virgo. Enjoy the moon. Libra, Libra sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so this is going to be a reading relating to the Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. And Gemini astrologically will be, so this moon will be occurring at 6 degrees. So 6 degrees numerologically, so we kind of like numerologically look at the degrees of what's occurring, and numerologically 6 is the number of nurturing, it is the number of high harmony, it's the number of home, the abode, it's the number of mother, nurturing, nourishing, and you know, it's being held, being loved, you know, all those numbers, all those energies. But it involves high harmony of the duality, in other words, high harmony of mind and heart coherence, okay? Having the coherence between the mind and heart. Now, you, Libra, are an air sign, and this is a Gemini moon, which is also air energy, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So it's all about the mind, it's all about the communication, it's all about how the mind works, what you learn, what you speak, what you communicate, and all of that, okay? So for you, what does this mean? Okay, let's have a look through the cards, okay, and also the channeling that will be coming through, because the cards are sometimes not enough and the channeling steps in. Okay, it brings in more information. Oh, we've got 2 coming through there. Okay. So what does this mean for you, Libra? Let's have a look. Victim. Okay, we've got that victim energy with Sedna. Now, this doesn't mean that you will be a victim or anything like that. We'll see what the other... okay, so this is saying, remember what I said about, you know, you being an air sign, and air is related to the mind, yeah? Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it's all about the mind, but nevertheless, the other 2 air signs, Libra and Aquarius, are also related to the mind. Okay, it's all about the mind, because where is the air? It's like, you know, when we say air, we always look up, and the part of the mind, or say the brain, the part of the body, where the brain is, the head is up in the air. Okay, it's the highest part of the body, physical body, so it is associated with air, okay, being up at the top, okay? But when we look at we're not only looking at the brain, okay, here. It's also related to the mind, your psychology, how the mind works, how you communicate. It's also related to the consciousness as well as the subconscious, okay, because it's all relating to air, but also ether, okay. Ether is also in this. So when we look at victim, it's saying that when you're, this should be, I think, this way around, when you're perceiving yourself as someone who's always, things not working out for you, always in grief, sorrow, victim mentality, okay. You're in a relationship, they run away. You're trying to start something, it doesn't work out, everything falls through, kind of thing, okay. Victim mentality, okay. This is saying that it's because you're not very clear about what you want to experience. So you're kind of like reverting back to, or this could be even like mind talk, reverting back to your experiences in the past that keep coming through, which keep manifesting your reality, okay. So it's like Groundhog Day, okay, or it's like a broken record that keeps repeating itself, because you keep going to the deepest parts of your mind where you are reliving the past experiences that keep re-manifesting into your reality, okay. And that's what the Ace of Swords is saying. It's saying it's time to cut through that, be aware. How can you cut through that? By having awareness, okay, realizing that your mind starts to talk. You're having this person in the mind that relives, reimagines, or talks continuously of past experiences. You may even say things, whether it's to yourself or others, where you communicate, where you have a conversation about past experiences. You have to stop doing that. You have to be aware of what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're imagining. Once you are aware and you are conscious and you have awareness, you're cutting through that. And once you set this in as a habit, what's happening is things are changing. Your reality is going to change. Your experience is going to change. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords, which is that Libra energy. We see that Libra energy coming through. You need to use your mind, okay? And your mind is the strong part, okay? That is your strength. Okay. Yes, you need to use the mind to be aware, to have awareness. But besides that, what I have is also something else here, okay? Something about legal matters is coming through, okay? Keep that in mind. Something about legal matters is coming through. This can involve things that have been going on for a long time, or involves long time frame, such as maybe committing to something. It can be involving something such as education, for example, okay? A legal matter that involves. Now, legal matter doesn't always relate to courts, okay? It can, but it doesn't always relate to courts and things like that. It can relate to you studying in, you know, say a university, for example, because you've signed up for it, you committed to it, you committed to the time frame, and it's something that you're doing legally, and it is part of, you know, for example. So we see that coming through. It could also relate to legal matters as in your connections, your partnerships as well. Okay, we see that Two of Cups there, which can represent connecting with another entity, such as person, or a university, or maybe a government based, it's probably like a contract you're signing for a job or something like that. Okay, so yes, there are legal matters here. Okay, but it's not in the sense of courts. It's the sense of maybe signing contracts or agreements and things like that. And I see that, you know, this has something to do with also relating to maybe places that are far away. Okay, because I'm seeing like water around different land, you know, places that are far away, you know, foreign lands, for example. So it can also relate to this. Something about the way you think about a situation in your life. Okay, this can be relating to people around you, whether they're family, friends, etc. An occurrence where you feel like things are not the way they used to be, or there is no ability to kind of like work around this. You feel like you're the victim. That's another thing that's coming through. It feels like you have to agree, but you're not able to disagree. You know, it feels almost, for example, you know, like say you are working for a firm, okay, or a company, and they're asking you to take the role of doing something that is not suitable to your morals and ethics, okay. And you disagree and you resign, for example. This could be like, you can't, you've got an agreement with us, or because you feel like, you know, you're going to lose your security, you feel like the victim and you need to kind of like go with what they say. But this is saying that that's all changing, okay. You, like I explained before, okay, you have to change the way you think. You have to stop thinking of the past occurrences and the way things have been unfolding in your life in the past. You have to be aware of how you keep repeating these scenarios in your mind, and stop communicating them or talking about them as well. Because when it comes to Gemini, it's not just about thinking, it's not just about imagining, it's also about communicating. That's the strongest thing, okay. Communicating manifests more so in your reality. The more you can communicate about something, the more it becomes imprinted into your reality, okay. So that's what this is saying. It's saying that you need to stop communicating, okay. But what I see is that, yes, there's something relating to foreign lands as well that's coming through. Because I do see this like a land here and a land here, whereas you're here, for example. But things will work out, and it involves loved ones. Okay, the foreign land situation involves loved ones, and also a situation that relates to, like I said, this could be education or work related. Okay, that involves legal stuff that's coming through. But eventually what I do see here is that your life is changing, and the more you are open and the more you are in that high vibe, because this is like celebrating life, okay, this is like you're celebrating life. When you're in that high vibe energy of celebrating the joy of life, okay, when you're in that mood, when you're in that moment, being in the present, something will change, something will shift in your reality, and it will start to be a new habit, okay. So be open to these new experiences. Also, when it involves, maybe, you know, you're at a certain age and you don't think of going back to, say, study, and this could be like something that's being presented to you, and you need to be open to these new experiences, okay. yeah, be open to the experiences, because the more you're stuck in a certain narrowed mentality, you keep experiencing the same things. It's saying you need to open your perspective to experience more things. Okay, be open to them and stop communicating the past, stop talking about your sorrows and worries and what's happened, and that was a bad experience and you feel unwell, and stop doing that. Okay, you need to cut that off at the root. That's what it's saying. You need to completely cut that off, and you need to find high harmony in your life. High harmony represents finding high harmony between the right and left brain, or the brain and heart. The brain and heart coherence, emotional intelligence. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here for you, Libra. Enjoy the new moon in Gemini. Scorpio. Scorpio, sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon, and this is going to be a reading that relates to Gemini new moon. Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025, depending on where you are in your location. Okay, it can change. So this Gemini new moon is occurring at 6 degrees, which is numerologically a very beautiful energy. It's nurturing, it's home, it's comfy, it's nourishing, it's motherly, it's just, you know, beautiful energy. So the Gemini new moon is actually very positive energy for everyone during this time. But what does it have for you? Okay, let's see what comes through the cards, as well as the channeling, and see. And see what comes through. Okay. You're saying pick that up, not that one. Okay, I picked it up. All right. Let's keep going then. All right. I think we should be okay this time. Okay, so let's see what comes through for you, Scorpio. Fear. Okay, Kali. Kali with fear comes through pretty much like Rahu. Okay, it's also like Pluto energy. Pluto. Okay, Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. And or should I say Pluto is the planet for Scorpio, and it relates to dark things. Okay, when I say dark things, I'm talking about things like, you know, within the dark, fears, fears that, you know, kind of like surface, deep inner work, or dark night of the soul, you know, things like that. So it can relate to things like that. It can relate to deep dark things that do surface, because Scorpio is a very deep energy. Scorpio is not very, you know, they're not surface. They're very deep people. Okay. And Kali is very representative of Pluto, which is associated with Scorpio. And you can see, you know, like she's got all these, you know, arms like a scorpion as well, and the way her feet are positioned, it's almost like the tail. Okay, very Scorpio like energy there. We've got the star, which is very positive. Okay, so it's like the darkness is suddenly, in the dark of night, the star appears and starts to bring light or reflect something that is very positive. Okay, moving forward, that's what it's saying, moving forward, because she's facing that way, which is forward. Okay, so yeah, it's good things. Okay, good things are coming forward for you. Let's have a look. So things that you have feared, things that you have had a fear about, they're being resolved. Okay, with the star here, whether it's through guidance, sudden aha moment, or realization, or awakening, or something like that. Or maybe, you know, someone guiding you, or some situation guiding you. There is guidance coming through, okay, helping you out. It does relate to money, it does relate to investments and resources, okay, so we get that there. It does relate to matters related to your stance in the world, where, you know, it's like it does relate to your financial investments and whether they're going to succeed or not. Okay, so we see that there. I also see travel for you, yeah, but maybe towards the end of the year. This can also relate to things like, for example, you know, it's, I wouldn't say fighting, maybe it's like trying to get what belongs to you. This could also be something like it can be fighting, yeah, it can be like, or it may not even be. But for example, you know, if you have like many siblings and there is inheritance and you have to fight to get your own share, it can also relate to something like that. Okay, but the thing is, this is mainly relating to you having new experiences, because we've got the page and the pages are like children, they represent fresh new energy. Okay, and this new energy, this new experience is relating to your investments, financial investments, the money there. Okay, so financial investments and developments here. It's kind of like, it is developing. There is a development occurring there. Okay. It shows that you need to be more strategic, okay, when it comes to these things. That's what this is all about. You need to find a strategy to get what is your share, or how to get your share. Okay, you need to find a strategy that involve money and resources. Okay, I do see that, you know, there is some travel coming through for you, but like I said, it's happening towards the end of the year, and it may involve something to do with a female figure in your life. Okay, it may be, say, if you're male, it could be related to your wife or a mother figure, something to do with a mother figure, something to do with a female that is very much highlighted in your life. Even if you're female, okay, it does relate to a female highlighted in your life. There's a lot of communication. There will be lots of communication and collaboration coming through that relates to your investments and the strategic plans that you are planning to do. Okay, this could be, for example, advertising. Okay, that's also coming through. I also feel like something to do with pregnancy or children. Okay, something to do with pregnancy or children. If there is someone, if this is you, you know, this may even be you, or maybe someone around you that is pregnant, or yeah, it involves either a child or a pregnancy. Okay, something like that. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good energy. It represents things are working out for you. Things that you feared, okay, are actually turning out to be positive. Okay, so the fears are actually becoming nullified. They're becoming they're dissolving. Okay, things are working out for you, and you're asked to keep communication open. You're asked to, in regards to your investments or work or money, you're asked to be more open, okay, with your communications, so that there are no misunderstandings. Don't act with secrecy. Okay, be more open. That's what this is saying. Because if you do act with secrecy, the fear energy is going to build up. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Okay, that's what's coming through here. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio. And the other thing is that during this time, you are actually in your, how would I say it? You're going to be in your element. Okay, you will feel within your element. You'll feel very, very Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so this is going to be a reading relating to the Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025, depending on where you are in your location. And it's occurring in your opposite sign. So Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. Okay, which means that you will feel similar things to what Gemini is also feeling. Okay, when you look at the zodiac chart, you will be like, if Gemini is here, you're on the direct opposite side as Sagittarius, which means that, you know, there's a reflection between the two. You'll feel the similar energies as well. So with the Gemini new moon, it's at 6 degrees. So being in 6 degrees, number 6 in numerology is all about nurturing. It's all about having high harmony within the home, because it's all about the home. It's all about family. It's all about nurturing, mother, nourishing. It's feeling, you know, comfy in your home, luxury, etc. So it basically, it is a very beautiful energy. Okay, but what is it, you know, what does it have for you? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see what comes through for you, Gemini, sorry, Sagittarius. Going to ask for a card through the Goddess Oracle for Sagittarius. Oh, okay. All right, so let's see what's coming through. We've got beliefs and creativity. Ooh, okay. And Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is very much Sagittarius energy. Okay, this is a beautiful energy, Knight of Wands. Look at the aces and look at the sun. Wow. And look at this. So what does this all mean? Okay, these two came together. Beliefs, creativity, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is all about being adventurous and having fun. And now, with beliefs, it's about what you're conditioned with. Okay, beliefs are all about conditionings. You believe you need to be a certain way. You need to be this way. You need to do things that way. Okay. We also see shell here with creativity. It's very Uranus energy as well. So something to do with that. Aquarius, maybe it's Aquarius is now, you know, Pluto is in Aquarius. So it can also relate to that. Or it may have something to do with Uranus. Okay. Because this is Uranus. What we see here is that aha moment of suddenly getting this inspired, you know, creative idea of, you know. So when we see this, it's saying don't let your beliefs hold you back from your creativity. Be adventurous. Yes, that's coming through. Yeah, creativity, all of that is coming through. Now when we look at the Eight of Swords and Three of Swords here, something about a situation that relates to how you connect with another, because we got Ace of Cups here, which represents your connection with another person, okay, a loved one, whether it's your partner, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whether it's your sibling, okay, whoever it may be that you have a very strong emotional bond to, okay, or you're sharing your life with, okay, maybe you live in the same house with your mother, for example, and you had a fallout with them, okay, because of your beliefs. This relates to your beliefs. Your beliefs hold you back. It's the conditionings that we have. There was a falling out, a heartbreak. Okay, this can be you and another person, where your beliefs made you experience heartbreak. This could be something that happened just recently, okay? Or you're still experiencing it now. So whatever it may be, it's saying things are changing, okay? We've got these cards here. Do not let your beliefs get in the way of love, get in the way of new things being created, getting in the way of feeling the creative, inspired, adventurous feeling, being in the good vibes, being in that, you know, high harmony, being in that state of high vibration, you know, raise your vibration, etc. So the beliefs are the ones that are holding you back. Do not let your beliefs get in the way, because your beliefs can serve you now, but they may not serve you later. You may realize that those beliefs are actually not worth holding on to, because they're destructive, they're separating, they're not uniting. And when they're separating, it's not worth it, because you will experience the same things with another person. Okay, when something is separating, when a belief is separating, when a belief separates you and another, it means it's destructive and for the both of you. It's not creating a unity, it's not uniting, it's not love. It's happening through fear. So you have to have a look at these beliefs. You're asked to stop reacting. Okay, so what I see is that new things happening for you with love, through creation, through Yeah, there could be also, you know, something to do with pregnancy as well during this time, so be aware of that. But what I see is that as long as you're creative and you're open to new experiences, expansive perceptions, okay, with love, a desire to unite and bring together, there is this beautiful energy of, you know, being in that good vibes, good, you know, high vibrations, good vibes, fun, adventure, creativity, love, all of those energies will exist in your life. You just have to look at where you're being so, you know, resistant to anything that's outside of your beliefs. Why are you so stubborn with your beliefs? Why do you believe so much about certain things? Okay, you have to stop being so controlling and resistant, and also have expectations in regards to certain beliefs. That's what this is saying, because it's separating you. It's separating you. It's not bringing you into unity. It's not bringing love. It's because of fear. It's because it's separating. Okay, and you have to ask yourself why you feel that way, why you believe these things. Is it because it's a security blanket for you? So you have to have a look. Okay, have to have a look at that. So that's what's coming through for you. Okay, Sagittarius. Love the cards, beautiful cards. So enjoy this Gemini new moon. All right. Next we've got Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so we're looking at a Gemini new moon reading here, which will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. And this Gemini new moon will be occurring at 6 degrees, which is numerologically the number of nurturing, mother, home, abode, comforts, comforts of your home, nourishment. It's luxury of your home. You know, it's just this beautiful energy of being held, being, you know, like nurtured. So let's see what it means for you though, Capricorn. What does it have, you know, for you, these energies? Let's have a look. Oops. So Gemini is all about, it's ruled by Mercury, and it's all about the mind. It's all about how the mind works. The three upper chakras, okay, the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra. So in other words, the throat chakra is your communication, everything that you imagine and you download is communicated through the throat chakra, or your communication. Okay, third eye is your imagination, and the crown is your ability to download the information from the conscious level or the higher conscious. Okay, so what does this mean for you though? Okay, surrender. So we're getting this surrender, justice, healing. There's this healing happening for you. Have you been feeling unwell? Okay, because we're getting this. The King of Cups represents healing. Someone who's like a healer, like a doctor, or you know, someone that does healing. And we have this rest, healing, recuperating. So something to do with health is coming through. Okay. And what I see is that, you know, the Nine of Wands here is saying that the reason why you're feeling the way you are feeling, or what is slowly accumulating, okay, in your symptoms, for example, is because of you trying to protect yourself. So what is this protecting yourself? It's that fight, flight, and freeze, okay? Being the stress, or being in that survival mode, okay? Being in survival mode, basically. Nine of Wands, it represents your desire to protect yourself, okay, from anything that's going to come and attack you. So it's that survival mode situation. It's saying that you need to stop being there. Stop being in that survival mode, okay? You need to surrender to the process of things, okay? There is a time frame for everything. With justice there, it's saying the consequences of your actions will make you experience how you acted, what you said, what you did, what you ate, what you drank, etc. Okay, so this is saying that you need to be aware of what you're doing, okay, with your, in general, okay, that is affecting your health, because we're getting the health cards here. Sometimes what you're doing is you are in that, being in that mode of, you know, that stress, being in that survival mode, which is probably accumulating a lot of cortisol in the body, okay? So it's saying you need to surrender, you need to calm down. This is surrender. Your Maya is all about surrender, being more fluid, being more calm, being, you know, like, it's not about being wishy-washy, it's about just surrendering, just letting things happen, okay? Surrender to the process. Sometimes we have these symptoms which we need to be grateful for. That's also part of the surrender. Be grateful and thankful for the symptoms that you have. Be grateful and thankful for the pain that you have. Why? Because if you didn't have those symptoms, you would not know what's happening in your body, okay? It's like a warning sign. It's like a symbol, you know, like it's telling you, you need to take care, you need to do this, okay? But there is healing. And what I also see is maybe you will be assisted by someone, possibly like a, if not a doctor, I'm getting, or a physician, I'm getting more someone like in the alternative field, that will help you to make changes in your daily routine, okay, that relate to your health, okay? So it's saying you need balance in work and play. You need balance in both things. You need to rest more. You need to rest. You need to put your feet up. I'm getting that coming through. We also see here that things are working out for you, okay? It's the Ten of Cups represents that energy of the number 6, okay? The degree of the Gemini moon. Number 6 is, you know, high harmony. It's the high harmony of the positive and negative energy, or high harmony of the feminine and masculine, high harmony of the two lobes of the brain, you know, like the left and right brain having in balance, high harmony of the heart and mind coherence, okay? You will be in that state. When you're in that state, you will not be in that survival mode, and things are actually changing. There is this activation in the DNA. A shift is happening. Okay, we see that shift in the DNA happening when that high harmony, that balance comes in. Okay, so I do see things are shifting for you. Things are actually working out for you. You're overcoming this. The justice can also be like a karmic, or should I say, when I say karmic, I'm not talking about past life situations. I'm talking about a habitual thing. Okay, something that's been happening consistently, like the checkered board, the checkered floor here. Okay, it's like black, white, black, white, black. It's a habitual thing. It's like consistently happening, the same, happening all the same. It's kind of like shifting that and changing that. Okay, so we're adding like tones of grays maybe in there. Okay, or maybe color. So something is shifting, something is changing. Okay, in your DNA, it's not just like just a habitual thing. It's like through the change of this habitual situation, there is going to be some sort of shift in the DNA which activates a part of you, because you have everything in you already. You have all dimensions in you. Okay, you have 12 dimensions, maybe higher, within you already. You got the 12 DNA strands. Okay, 3 are active, but you've got all the other strands. Something is becoming activated there in the DNA. Okay, so that heart-mind coherence, that balance in both the right and left brain, that feeling of having high harmony, you will feel that, and you will be feeling quite happy because you see this healing. It's almost like the symptoms are gone. Things are working out for you. If not overnight, slowly but surely things are starting to happen. Okay, because the shift is happening in the DNA. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there for you. There's also this process of bringing things into harmony, as in, you know, say the way you work around your daily life. Okay, work and play and rest, and you know, all of that is coming into harmony. Because I'm seeing balance, I'm seeing harmony. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. It's just saying surrender. Okay, don't try to push. So that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. Enjoy the new moon in Gemini. Aquarius, sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl Enter Moon. So we have this Gemini new moon that will be occurring on the 26th or 27th of May 2025. Now, it depends on where you are in the world. Okay, it could be on the 26th for you or the 27th. And the Gemini is all about the mind. It's an air sign like you. It's all about the mind and communication. But Gemini is at 6 degrees, or should I say the moon's at 6 degrees, which means, you know, it has something to do with, numerologically, the number 6, that is associated with nurturing and home and luxury and comforts and nourishing and mother, and you know, it's this beautiful, it's a time where you feel you will be held and comforted, you know. So that's what I see for you, for everyone actually, for the Gemini new moon. But let's see what comes through for you in the reading, for the cards as well as the channeling. You got doubles. Wow. Okay, the last one is a single. All right, what have we got? Wild Woman with Baba Yanga and the Emperor. Okay, so Wild Woman is someone who is not afraid to do what she wants to do, okay, and she will just be what she wants to be. Okay, she loves to do things that are creative because she's associated with, you can see all the colors in her. Okay, it's about whatever tickles your fancy, basically, okay, that you feel that you want to do, okay, you want to create, you want to have fun with. It's all about having fun, okay, with Wild Woman. She'll suddenly do something and then another thing. She's a free-spirited soul, and with Wild Woman she could be doing really wild things, okay. All right. But it's saying that you need to be grounded. Don't go overboard. Okay, with the Emperor, it's saying ground yourself. Yes, it's good to be this wild soul. Okay, now when we say wild woman, we're not talking only for women. We're talking about, you know, this energy of, this wild energy of just wanting to do what you want to do, being this free spirit, but also to ground yourself. Okay, don't go overboard. So we've got these choices coming through. Yeah, okay. All right, so the choice is to choose what makes you happy, or to end up choosing something that involves taking on others' responsibilities. Okay, we also have this. This is your time. That's what I'm getting. It's your time. It's up to you to choose what you want to choose. Whether it's something that involves that nourishes the body, nourishes the mind, or even your pocket. Okay, you may end up doing something that involves earning money through it, which is also a good thing. So it's saying you can choose to experience those things, or you can end up choosing the old way of just doing what you have to do, your responsibilities, and neglecting your needs. Okay, so choose your own needs. Okay, be the wild woman. If this is something that you've been waiting for a long time to experience, the time has come. That's what this is saying. And the funds, the money, and everything that you need to be able to experience this is there for you. It's time to experience this. Okay, it also relates to some sort of creative situation, because the Lover's card here is about choosing what to do, but it's also about creating your own path, okay, through your choice. So yeah, I feel like, you know, and the wild woman there represents doing something creative. Oh, okay, so we see it here. Hobbies. It can involve hobbies. It can involve some sort of spiritual pursuit as well. Okay, it's a time to be, you know, doing what you feel tickles your fancy. You know, just choose the things that make you happy. Do what you want to do. Don't restrict yourself from not doing that hobby because you don't want to lose money. Okay, don't restrict yourself. Sorry, that was my throat. My voice is not changing. Don't restrict yourself from not experiencing what you want to experience because you feel like you feel guilty because you don't do what is your responsibility towards others. Okay, they can take care of themselves. It's time for you to have fun, because that's what the wild woman is saying. It's time to have fun. Okay, time to have fun, but don't go overboard. Okay, ground yourself. But this is also saying the power is in your hands during this time. The power is in your hands to be able to experience this. The Hangman, okay, it's saying don't get stuck with known ideas. Okay, it's like the Hangman is about being able to see things from different perspectives, okay, being able to have different perspectives, being able to see the world from an upside down view, for example, being able to shift your perspective in many different ways. Don't think that you're stuck in a certain way of doing something. Do it a different way. Do it in a way that suits you. Okay, listen to your intuition. Do it in a way that suits you. Go with what flows. That's what these two cards, they're very spiritual. Go with what flows when it comes to doing something that involves you having some sort of creative or fun experience. Okay, but I feel like you may actually be doing some sort of fun project, okay, during this time, and maybe even find a very unique way of doing this. And you may even like earn money through it as well. There is, you know, the money cards there in the long run if you continue to do this. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles is saying if you continue doing this in the long run, you will end up earning money through it. Yeah, so be the wild woman. It's not about earning money. It's not about thinking about those things. It's about nourishing your soul and doing what makes you happy during this time. Just having fun, basically. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius. Yeah, it's all about the mind with the Gemini new moon. So let your mind go crazy, you know, imagine during this time. That's what it's all about. So have fun. Enjoy the new moon. Okay, so we have Pisces next. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. And this is going to be relating to, this reading is going to be relating to the Gemini new moon that we will be having on the 26th or 27th of May 2025, depending on where you are, where, you know, when it will be occurring. But for you, what do I see for you? What comes through for you relating to this energy? Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what comes through for you, Pisces. Last but not least, always the best. I'm very Pisces myself. Oh, okay. Got these healing cards coming through. Something about embracing the shadow, healing some aspect of yourself. But what is it about? All right, these cards are jumping out, and they're really like bringing something out. Okay, let's see what comes through. Okay, so embracing the shadow with Anana just means that it's time to accept that shadow side of yourself and just be with it, sit with it. It's not about going inwards. It's about, because with the Gemini new moon, it's occurring at 6 degrees, and 6 in numerology is the number of nurturing. It's about nourishing, nurturing. It's about home, house, family, and this is actually really affecting you in regards to home and house and family. We see it there as well. It's about the luxury of your home, how you set up home. Okay, so there could be some sort of new beginning here as you are relaxing into this energy. Okay, are you thinking about moving somewhere that is going to give you more peace of mind? Peace of mind, okay? And embracing the shadow is like accepting what was and what is at the moment and being open to the new. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. Letting go of the past, of what was, again, is coming through there with the Five of Cups, with the grief energy. It's about embracing the new. We see that one cup standing up there. It's about embracing the new, okay, making a new beginning within the home or family, whether you're traveling there, whether you are moving there, or changing some aspect of the home. Okay, something is changing there. Okay, because we see that peace of mind and healing is coming through. Okay, it may also be like you are maybe collaborating with someone, building something or changing or shifting something, or maybe even, you know, like I said, moving. Okay, but what I see is that, you know, all will work out for you. This Gemini new moon is actually a really good energy. Okay, things are actually falling into place. Slowly but surely they will fall into place. And the Gemini new moon is a time where you will have a taste of that peace of mind, or that nurturing, or that comfort, luxury, home energy. You'll feel you are settled, you are at peace, you are at ease, you are finally just allowing, okay, not going against or resisting. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. It's also a time where you can be a little bit more adventurous. Okay, that's what I'm also getting, a little bit more adventurous with maybe with travel, okay, learning, spiritual or philosophical things as well. But there is also something relating to career. Things are also in the up and up in regards to career as well. Okay, career and work. There's something there in regards to things shifting and changing in regards to work as well. The way you work, how you work, etc. Okay, that's also kind of going through that process of shifting and changing, but you're finding that peace, finally being able to take that deep breath and go, ah, now I can rest, now I can relax. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there for you, and it's a good thing. And if you've been feeling a little bit, you know, like issues with health and so forth, that is also, if not overnight, also slowly healing as well. It's healing, it's becoming better. It's not reclining. Don't forget that you're not broken. Your body is not broken. Okay, your body is designed to always fix itself. It is the way it's designed. It's never going backwards. Okay, it's always fixing itself, always, regardless of what age you're at. It's always fixing itself. So nothing goes backwards. It's when something goes backwards, it's a mindset. It's a mindset that we manifest. Okay, and then we say it's a genetic thing. But we know now that, you know, there's only 1% genetic situation that occurs. 1%, which is known as a sickle cell, where people have the inability to absorb vitamin B12, I think it was. But other than that, there is no genetic conditions, because the brain is plastic, or should I say, there's plasticity of being able to change perception in regards to health and physical situations. You can mentally make yourself miraculously well, but it's you that does it, not some external thing. Okay, it's you. It's the mind and heart coherence, and that's what this Gemini new moon is all about. Gemini is all about the mind. Okay, and number 6, with the degree Gemini is at, is related to the heart. It's all about that mother energy, that nurturing energy. So there is that mind and heart coherence, okay? Mind and heart coherence representing, you know, what you think and what you feel when they're in sync. It's like the male and female when they dance or when they're intimate. There is a manifestation. So when the mind thinks of something and the heart believes it, there is a manifestation, whether it's good or bad. So you have to be able to find a way to make this mind and heart coherence work in a more positive way for you, okay? And we see that embracing the shadow, realizing what is negative about you. You could be always maybe complaining or thinking the worst case scenario, realizing that, understanding that you are doing this to yourself and releasing that. Because once you're aware, once you have awareness about an internal conversation that you have with yourself, or a consistent way of thinking that it may be negative, for example, once you have awareness, it's instantaneously dissolved. It's gone. It doesn't happen again, because whenever it tries to happen, you're aware of it. It's like you're stopping it, okay? You're stopping it and saying to it, go away. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here for you, Pisces. And yeah, enjoy this new moon. Enjoy the new moon energy.